在第三课we're going to talk about activities and hobbies, right? 我们的爱好。Okay, 一看，二电视，三电影，四书，五睡觉。All right, now before we start talking about actions, the very important grammatical concept in Chinese is verb objects. Now remember, a verb is an action. An object is what the thing is that the action is done to or done upon. For example, to sing a song or like to read a book, right? The read is the verb and book is the object. Now, in Chinese, though, verb objects often become compounds. Right? The word is composed of a verb and an object together. For most purposes, they're treated as a single word, but you could also, but in specific situations, they can be separated or detached. So we would say a verb object is a so-called detachable compound. For example, 看书 is an obvious example, to read a book. So of course I can say things like, I'm reading two books. 看两本书, we can separate them, detach them because they're grammatically these two things are distinct. One is a verb 看 and one is an object, book. But for most purposes, if I'm not trying to detach them, I can also use them together as sort of a compound word. Important, a detachable compound doesn't take another object because there already is an object already in the verb object compound, right? So you're not going to say like 看书 and I can't add another object after it because there already is an object. If I want to do things like add a number or a measure word, you want to put it between the verb and the noun, or the verb and the object. This is called a detachable compound. For example, 看书, I'm going to say I'm reading an English book. Well, that would become 看英文书. So it's important whenever we're learning about verb objects, again, there are many, many compound verb objects in Chinese, that you remember that the first part of the compound is a verb and the second part is an object. They're different and they have different meanings and you can detach them and separate them. This is pretty clear with compound words like 看书, but it's a little bit less clear with verb objects like 睡觉, which don't necessarily have an equivalent in English, right? This is actually a verb object, 睡觉. This first part here, 睡, is a verb, and the second part, 觉, is an object. It's a little unnatural to think about it in English because we just only have this one verb to sleep. It really means, to literally translate it, it means to sleep, a nap, or in Chinese, right? This means to sleep, 睡. And 觉 is literally, it's a noun that means a nap. So literally to sleep a nap or to take a nap is what 睡觉 means. So of course I can separate these two parts of the compound. I can say, for example, 睡一个好觉, right? I'm going to sleep a good nap. And that's how I use verb objects in Chinese. So everything that we're learning today in this lesson is a verb object. So just remember that you could always detach the verb and the object. You can add descriptions to the object, and it's an English book. It's a good sleep. It's a bad movie, and so on. All right. Now that being said, let's look at some of the verb object hobbies actions that we're going to learn about right now. So 看 is a verb. 看书. 书 is a noun, and then 看书 is an object, to read a book. It's a verb object, to read a book. 看书. We can also say 看电视. 电视 is a noun, it means television. 看电视 is a verb object, compound means to watch TV. For example, 你今天晚上看不看电视? And here we see the verb is being manipulated into a verb, not a structure. 你今天晚上看不看电视? Are you going to watch TV or not? You can also say 看电影. 电影 means movie, it's a noun. 看电影 is a verb object compound to watch a movie. 今天晚上没事儿。那么 then, well, in that case, 我们去看电影怎么样？ Let's go watch a movie. 睡觉 is verb object compound. 睡 means to sleep, and literally 觉 is like a nap, so literally to sleep a nap. 睡一个好觉 to sleep a good nap. 睡觉. Let's review our verb object actions that we've learned, right? And I can say things like 你喜欢 blah 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 blah. 你喜欢睡觉吗？ And then you say 我喜欢睡觉，我不喜欢睡觉，我不喜欢看 etc. So 你喜欢看书吗？你喜欢看电视吗？你喜欢看电影吗？你喜欢睡觉吗？好 and those are our actions for hobbies for today. 谢谢大家。